think I might be in slight denial. That's the hoarder in me, isn't it? How bad is this? I'm barely touching anything that I want to get done. You wouldn't expect me to keep it. Live and we learn. I'm not so sure anymore. I'm not so sure. Hello, and welcome to episode 6 of the Sort It With Me series, which is going to be a huge declutter. So I want to see if it's possible to declutter 200 items in 2 hours. We'll be visiting 8 rooms or spaces, and so I can only spend 15 minutes per space. If I'm done sooner, I can bank the additional time. If I can't decide on something within 5 seconds, I'm going to pop it into the maybe pile. And make sure you keep watching, because I'm going to be including plenty of little tips and tricks to help you declutter too. We're going to start in the bedroom. Let's set our first 15-minute timer and see how we get on. First item. So one trick is to switch your hanger the other way around, pop it into the wardrobe, and within 6 months or a year, whatever time frame you want to set yourself, if the hanger hasn't moved, you know you haven't worn it, and maybe that's your sign to actually declutter that item of clothing. It's also excellent because you are having to take every item out and see it as well. I mean, if this doesn't tell me there's a problem, such a subtle sign. Bought this in America when I was a lot thinner from Old Navy. Never worn it, still got the tag on. I think it's time it has to go. Never worn this, had it for far too long, still got the tag on. Anybody else with me on this? Going. So as you can see, I've turned all of my hangers the other way so it can act as a nice reminder when I come to decluttering again. For the declutter in general, I'm going with the rule of thumb that if the item hasn't been worn in the last 12 months, 1 year, that it has to go. And this, I absolutely love this top. It's a Jules and it's got all little embroidered pieces on. I haven't worn it in so long, and I am actually now much bigger than what I was when I bought it. So I think we all know the answer. If you're someone like me, you will love your pajamas as much as what I do, but I have 3 minutes left and I'm barely touching anything that I want to get done. One thing though, that having a timer set and doing this kind of challenge, I'm moving a lot faster than what I normally would. I'm actually really trying to make sure that I'm making quick decisions, not hasty, just quick, fair decisions. Wow, okay. Forgot that I even owned these, so I think that is a clear giveaway that they can go. And forgot that I owned these boots as well, but I like them so they can stay. So now I have 1 minute and 44 seconds left. Anybody else have these? Oh, okay. 15 minutes has just gone. I'm nowhere near done in here. I need to come up with some kind of better game plan because I've barely scratched the sides. There was me thinking I'd be able to bank time, but I'm not so sure anymore. I'm not so sure. Okay then, so I've brought everything downstairs. These are the clothes that are going, and then these are the boots and a few items from the drawer. So in total here we have 26 items. This is the maybe pile. There are 6 items over there at the moment, and we shall see if any more gets added and revisit at the end. So you now join me in our second bedroom, and I was having a little bit of a think about the game plan whilst moving all the items downstairs. It got me thinking, I'm going to try to mentally think of it as a reverse declutter. So in this room especially, there are a lot of things that I hold memories to, and I am going to therefore reverse it. So I'm going to try to look at everything practically and see if I use that item or not. If I use it, yes, keep it. If I don't use it, that indicates to me it is more of an item that is cluttering our home. So we have just over 9 minutes left, and I'm going to tackle this chair. This year I went to Disneyland Paris with my mum, sister, niece and nephew. Got totally carried away with these guys. Now I've got memories attached to them, but I don't use them, I don't need them, they're just sat out getting in the way, so I will get rid of those. I'm aware Colin is incredibly excessive and not really needed, but I do love Colin the caterpillar from M&S, so... Another tip is to stay stood up whilst decluttering, as this helps you make much faster decisions. So please excuse the sea of mess surrounding me. We have 3 minutes 12 seconds left, and I'm just going through some drawers here, and how bad is this? So I open the top drawer, there's more pyjamas that I forgot I owned, more tops that I forgot I owned. Please tell me I'm not the only one. I am now done in this room, and I do actually have time to spare, which is quite surprising. I also think I might be in slight denial over this room and actually not fully facing everything that needs to be sorted. Is anybody else like that? So I have 1 minute 27 seconds left, which I'm going to save for the last space I'm going to do in this video. So these are the maybes. That's to sell. This one is charity, and all of this is bits and bobs, but most of it will be to sell or charity. I don't feel like there's really that much to declutter out of here, so I'm hoping that the main aim of the game will be to bank a lot of my time, and let's just get straight into it. That was super fast, as we expected, so a total of 9 items have gone, and I am able to bank 13 minutes and 2 seconds. Let's see where our total is now at. So now we have 59 items to go and 8 items in the maybe pile. We're in the living room. So first of all, we're going to go through this TV unit. I can't remember what is in either of these. Straight away, as soon as I'm looking at it, I think this bad boy can go. Now, I'm sorry, but this is not going anywhere. So, the Snowman and Father Christmas, top tier Christmas films in my opinion. Okay, so we have 21 Disney DVDs in total, so I'm just going to call that 2. Then we have these piles as well. So I'm just going to call that 4 because I feel as though that's just best. And then we have these 4 items down here. Just cleared out this blanket basket, and we will get rid of 2 blankets. So then last up in the living room, we will clear out this unit here. I'm going to pop this on the maybe pile. It is a balloon blower upper, whatever that is, and yeah, we don't use it, but I feel like it's one of those things that's useful and handy to have. That's the hoarder in me, isn't it? I said in my previous declutter video that we were not big drinkers, and I still stand by that because a lot of this alcohol has not been touched since then, and that was earlier this year. So need to sort that out, but I also realise we don't need this many glasses, so I'm going to get rid of some of these glasses. We have a total of 16 items from the living room. Sorry, so as I was saying, we now have 75 items to go and 9 in the maybe pile. This isn't good because technically I'm halfway through all of the rooms and the spaces that we're going to do in this challenge, and I am not halfway to 200. So we are now in our 5th room, and that is the conservatory. Really need to make sure that I stick to the 5-second rule and staying stood up for this. My thinking with these is that if they're in here and we don't really use this room to chill out in or anything, then we don't need them anymore. So these can go. Like I need your guys' opinion, and by the time obviously this goes out it's going to be too late, but I have a bike in the background over here, and I don't use it. I haven't used it this summer. We're going into winter. I'm definitely not going to use it in winter. The only times that I have used it since getting it is twice. I'm spending more than 5 seconds on this, aren't I? At the moment I've just popped it all here. Kind of gets in the way of the piles that I had started creating though. So we have 11 items right now, and there's a big fat question mark over the bike. We've got 86 items definitely to go, and that is not enough at all. So we have the kitchen. Working to a timer really helped me focus on certain cupboards. The cupboards that are featured in these clips are the ones that needed the most priority, and therefore I was able to get the most out of the kitchen. If you're short for time whilst decluttering, this is a really good technique to use. Focus on spaces you know will benefit from a declutter and make you feel good and like you're achieving at the same time. And another little quick tip is to pop on some music that helps you feel good. And we managed to bank 5 minutes and 49 seconds. Let's get straight into the utility room and downstairs toilet. The utility room isn't going as well as I'd hoped. So because of part of the Sort It With Me series, I redid the organisation in here, and because of that I also cleared out at the same time. And obviously a utility room is a working room, so it's not like that much clutter actually forms in here, because everything that's in here will and does get used. So this is relatively poor. It's taken me 5 minutes, so there's 10 minutes banked for another space. We've got this from the downstairs toilet. This, which I love these, but I've just got no need for it. I also have 2 hand moisturisers. I absolutely love this scent as a hand wash, but I just don't get through the moisturiser quick enough, fastly. It is a draft excluder. We're now at 108. Do we think I can do 92 items in the one space we have remaining? Here is the big reveal of the final space we will be attempting to declutter. I'm not proud to be showing you this, not proud in the slightest, but here we go. Just added up all of the time banked, and that left me with 38 minutes and 59 seconds. I am not going to use all of that time on this behind me, don't get me wrong, I think it needs it, but I'm also very aware of how having a time set has actually kept me moving really quickly. So I'm going to start off with 15 minutes again, see how far we get, and then if I need to do another 15 minutes, I can crack on with that too. Okay, so wowza, that was something else. This is where we are at. So I've emptied all down on the floor. A lot of the top is clear, but to be quite honest, it's all DIY items, and no, I don't use them on the daily, but I do use them. And then this is the disaster that we have out in the hallway and slowly spreading to the living room. So down here, so from this part onwards is what is going, not the dog and not the wash basket, but this is about 28 items. That is grouping together the tiles and bits like that. It may be wrong, I will have to do a proper count up when I move. Another 15-minute timer was set to have another go at continuing to clear out the understairs items. There is a lot more I would do to this space, however I do have further plans, and that will come in another episode of the Sort It With Me series. However, clearing all of the items out from under the stairs really does help you realise what is quite lurking under there. If I didn't have the plans that I do have for this space, I would empty everything out, clean the area and place back in only what is needed. I would also buy some additional storage items just to help with the flow of the household for what suits us. This would be categorised into certain sections so that when we went into the space we knew exactly where we were going for what we wanted. Turns out I've decluttered 68 items from under the stairs alone. That's not including the unit that's in the hall, and that's not including looking in the storage unit that we have in our porch. That has blown my mind, to be quite honest with you. To do this, I'm going to set myself a 3-minute timer. So we've gone 30 minutes in so far on doing under the stairs, and then I'm going to take an additional 3 off for this. 1, 2. This is what the pile looks like for 178 items that have been decluttered from my home today. It looks insane looking at all of the items like this. I have 5 minutes left of my time. I'm going to go back upstairs to one of the bedrooms and see what else I can get rid of. Say goodbye to this. Now to the ordinary eye, it looks like an ordinary dressing gown. But actually, it was one of the last things that my grandma bought me, and it's taken me a very, very long time to be able to detach. I'm still not detached, I'll be quite honest about that. So, I never wear it, it's just hung there. She wouldn't expect me to keep it. I've just formed this odd attachment with it, but it's time to let it go. So, 1. Another great way to keep on top of items within your home is to have regular resets, especially in places that you don't often go to or that you do often go to and it just becomes total chaos. Slotting in smaller chunks of time every 1 to 2 months really helps you keep on top and remember what you have, so you're less likely to waste money. So the 2 hours is up and I'm at 185 with 10 maybes. So even by my standard of math, I still don't reach 200 in 2 hours, which is pretty disappointing, to be honest. But it also goes to show what can be achieved. Let's decide on what is keep staying and what is going. Right, that can go. Don't need that. So that's another item. 186. Haven't worn this, still got the tag on, it's going. 189. Keeping. I'm going to keep this too. Am I slightly disappointed at myself? Yes, but it just goes to show what dedicating time to decluttering can actually do, because my brain is now constantly going. I'm reassessing everything, wondering what else we can get rid of, what do we need, what don't we need. Do you know what, it's okay to not be ready to let go of things as well at the same time. I think we're all a bit like that. I'm not trying to live like a minimalist, I just want less clutter, less stuff surrounding me pointlessly. As always, if you've made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. It really does mean so much, and I will see you in the next one. And just for a little spoiler, In case you're wondering what's going on with the understairs and why I just kind of lobbed everything back in, that is going to be another Sort It With Me series episode. So stay tuned, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!